Hello everyone, my name is Abdullah Izahwan from Indonesia and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video, we are going to create video conference app, or we can just simply call it as Zoom clone app with Flutter. And our application would look like this. So let's get started. Alright, so first thing first, I want to say thank you to all of you who have supported me to this channel. And now you can also support me by click super thanks on YouTube. Alright, so as I said before, in this video we are going to create a video conference application with Flutter. Or we can simply call it as Zoom clone application with Flutter. And right now, we want to use Service API from Zigo Cloud. Alright, so what is Zigo Cloud? Zigo Cloud is a powerful communication app, voice, video, chat API. With this Zigo Cloud, we can easily build voice, live video, live chat, live streaming app, or other within minutes. And as we can see here, Zigo Cloud trusted by more than 4,000 businesses around the world. And the important things Zigo Cloud provide for us, it's called UI kits. So Zigo Cloud has pre-built UI kits, so we can create app within minutes. So we don't need to start building from scratch. And as we can see here, Zigo Cloud has one-on-one call, group call kit, video conference kits, live streaming kits, and others. Zigo Cloud support many platforms such as Android, iOS, web, Flutter, React Native, Windows, macOS, and Electron.js. And in this video, we are going to focus on Flutter. Alright, so please just click link in the description below to get started with Zigo Cloud, and you will get 10,000 minutes for free. Alright, so the next step, we need to just sign up with Zigo Cloud. And after you have signed up with Zigo Cloud through the link in the description below, just log in into your Zigo Cloud console. And as we can see here, I have logged in into my Zigo Cloud account. And let's explore what's available in this Zigo Cloud. So just hover in this developer and just go to documentation, and let's scroll. And as we can see here, explore UI kit. So just press video conference kit. And as we can see here, it's available iOS, Android, web, Flutter, and React Native for now. So just press Flutter. And as we can see here, Zigo Cloud provide for us detailed documentation here. Alright, so without any further ado, first thing first, let's create a new Flutter application. As usual, I love to using terminal, so let's go to your project directory. And to create a new Flutter application, we can just type Flutter create and name our project. So let's say Flutter Zoom clone app. And once you have give your project name, just press enter and wait a second. Alright, so we have created a new Flutter app with terminal. So the next step is we need to open our project with Visual Studio Code, or you can use your favorite IDE. Alright, so this is our Flutter project. And as we can see here, we have a default directory such as lib, iOS, Android, and test folder. So the next step, we need to add dependencies. So in this video, we need dependencies like flutter.env. So we just go to terminal, let's type flutter pub add flutter.env. And as we can see here, we have flutter.env installed or right inside this pubspec.yml. And the next step, we need to say here, we need to say assets and then .env. And don't forget to get package here. So when we hover here, the asset file doesn't exist. So let's create a new file here, name it as .env, and try again, get package. And as we can see, we have successfully add .env inside our project. And the next step, we need to go to .env file and let's create a new variable, name it as Zygo app ID. And the second one, Zygo app sign. And we will paste the secret key here. So let's go to documentation again, and we will create something like this. So just press this quick start. And the next step, we need to add or we need to integrate the SDK. It's called Zygo UIKit pre-built video conference. But before that, we need to go into Zygo Cloud Console. And once you have opened Zygo Cloud Console, you will see your project. As we can see here, I have created Zygo Cloud project, which is Flutter Zygo Cloud Live. So we need to create a new one. Just press create your project. And let's select use case for our app. So for now, we want to create video conference app. Press next. And let's give our project. So let's give project name for our project. So let's say Flutter Zoom clone. And we can see like two ways to get started. So as we can see here, so let's press this start with UIKit. Wait for Zygo Cloud creating for us. Alright, just press start building your app. And let's press or choose our framework. And as we can see here, UI configuration. So standard face beautification. And just press save and start to integrate. So Zygo Cloud have created for us our project, and as you can see here, we have app ID and app sign. So please keep your app ID and app sign secret. Don't share this app ID and app sign into your public repository. So just press copy and paste here, and again app sign and paste here. Alright, so please make sure these two information always secret. So just close this .env. And the next step, let's open our lib folder and just open main.dat and delete everything inside our main.dat. And the next step, let's open again the documentation and we need to add dependencies. Just copy this and paste here on the terminal. Alright, so we have add Siku Cloud dependencies inside our project. The next step, let's go to main.dat, and as usual, we need to import material into our project. And the second one, we need to import flutter.env. And as usual, we need to create main function and make it as asynchronous. And inside this, we need to load our .env file. We just need to call .env.load and the file name will be .env. And the next, we need to call run app and we want to run my app. So whatever your app name. And we need to create a new stateless widget, name it as my app, look like this. And our my app will return material app, and material app will have such as home and title. And the first thing, we need to remove debug banner and we need to give a title. So let's say Siku Zoom clone. And for the home, let's set it into homepage. And the next, we need to create a new stateless widget, name it as homepage. And the next, we need to generate user ID with 6-digit length. So for this, if you have a business logic, so it's based on your business logic. And for now, we want to make it user ID to be 6-digit length. And also, we need to generate random conference ID with 10-digit length. So here, the first, we need to create user ID and we need to call from math. As we can see here, it's called random. We want to generate random number and it will be integer, and we just type and don't forget to convert to string, look like this. And the second one, it will be random conference ID and it will be random next integer and times to 10 plus random next integer 10 to string and then path left 10 and 0. Look like this. And the next step, we need to go to homepage And what we need to say here, we need to create a new controller for our input text field. So it's called, what we say here, conference ID controller, and it will be text editing controller. And inside this homepage, we want to return scaffold widget, and for the body, make it as padding, and then the padding will be symmetric horizontal 24. And below that, we will have child, and the child will be column widget. And the first parameter will be main axis alignment, and we want to set main axis alignment to be center. And we need to say what we say here, children, and the first children will be image.network, and we want to find like Zoom logo, and let's find the best one, maybe this one, and just right click and copy image address and paste here. Look like this. And the next, we need to add, or we need to set the width will be media query of context size dot width is just around just 60% of the screen width. And below this logo, we will have text widget, and it will be your user ID equal with our variable, which is user ID. And the next, we will have text widget, and it will be please test with 2 or more devices. And below that, we will have size box, and the height will be 20. And below that, we will have text form field, and it will have parameter. It will be max length 10, keyboard type. So we say text input type dot number. And below that, we will have controller, and the controller will be conference ID controller. And for decoration, we set it into input decoration, and label text will be join a meeting by input an ID. And for the border, set it to be outline input border, and the border radius will be border radius dot all, and it will be radius dot circular, and the value will be 10. Give a comma here, and yeah. And below this text form field, we will have elevated button, and the button just simple as this. So we need to create a new style, and for the child will be text widget, and we say join a meeting, and the on press will be as simple as this. So we name it as jump to meeting page. And inside this, we will have context and conference ID. And the conference ID will be from our controller.text. And below that, we will have sizebox again. And the height will be 16. And below of our sizebox, we will copy this elevated button. And we say start a meeting. Or just new meeting. I'm sorry. Alright, and what we have here, so we get from random conference ID variable. Look like this. And outside this widget, still inside this homepage, we need to create a new method. Go to meeting page, and we will say jump to meeting page. And it will be build context, name it as context, and we require conference ID. And inside this, we will call navigator push, and we want to bring context. And for the route, material page route, material page route, and the builder will be context. And let's go to video conference page. And inside this, we need to say conference ID will be conference ID from this. So this video conference page haven't yet exist. So below this, let's create a new video conference page pre-built UI from Segoe Cloud UI kit. Alright, so let's create a new stateless widget, name it as video conference page. And inside this, we need to create variable, name it as conference ID, remove cons, and what we have here, we need to say required this conference ID. All right. And here, let's call let's read app ID and app sign from our .env file, and don't forget to, so let's say make sure you replace with your on. And let's create a new variable, name it as app ID as integer. So let's say parse, and we say .env .get, and we say Segoe app ID. And the second one, string app site will be .env, and then get Seiko app sign. Alright. So let's back to documentation. What we need to say here. So we need to copy in this save area. And we need to replace container with this. And we need to import our library. And app ID will be app ID. And app sign will be app sign from this. Alright, so we need to check. Alright, so we need to create a new button style. So I think here, so let's create as button style. And the value will be elevated button dot style form, and inside this, let's say background color will be blue color, and for the shape, shape will be rounded rectangle border, and we need to change border radius will be border radius dot circular. The value will be 10. Look like this, so the error has gone. Alright, so let's back to documentation again. So before we debug or run our app, we need to configure our project. First, for Android, let's go to Android app build Gradle. So here it's located on Android app build Gradle. That's right. And we need to change compile SDK version from this, change to 33. Alright, and the next we need to copy this, and we need to go into app source. So here, app, and then src main and Android manifest right below of our package, which is here add permission. Look like this. And the next step, we need to prevent code obfuscation. So we need to go to Android app folder and create a new file, name it as pro.rules.pro. So here, Android, and then app, here, Android, and then app, create a new file, name it as prograd.rules.pro, and copy this, paste here. Alright. And we need to add the following into Android app build Gradle. So here, Android app build Gradle, and which is this, on the release, below this, paste here, pro.get files, get file pro.rules.pro. Alright, so that's all for Android. The next, we need to configure for iOS. So we need to close this, and this. And the next, we need to copy this and go to iOS folder, runner info.please, iOS runner info.please, and inside this, which is right here, look like this. So we have add camera access and then microphone access. And now time for run and test our app. Alright, so this is our app running on iOS simulator. So as we can see here, we have Zoom logo and then our user ID, which is, as I said before, for now I just create a random user ID which is 6-digit length. It's get from this random dot next integer dot toString, and this is our text widget here. Please test with 2 or more devices, and this is our text form field, and we have create our controller which is conference ID controller, and we have 2 button, and the maximum meeting ID will be 10-digit length, and we have 2 button, join a meeting or new meeting. So let's test new meeting. And for the very first, it will have a dialog which is like permission to access microphone. Just press OK. And this is our app. And for your information, for iOS simulator, we can use a physical camera on the MacBook. So it will be this black screen. So let's test with another device. So as we can see here, we have a debug information such as we have room ID, which is it's called our conference ID. So as we can see here, it's 10-digit length. Alright, so let's test with Android device. So I have plugged my Android device and I want to mirror. So as you can see here, this is my Android device. So the next step, I need to select my Android device and I want to run on my Android device. Alright, so as we can see here on the right side, it's our app installed on Android device, and on the left side we have app installed on iOS simulator. So as we can see here, we have run new meeting, but as we can see here, we have a mistake here and we need to replace, like user ID will be user ID, and the username for now, let's make it as user underscore user ID, and restart our app for Android and restart our app for iOS. Alright, so yeah, look like this. And as we can see here, we have 2 apps running on different platform, which is iOS and Android. And as we can see here, we have user ID, and as we can see, it's different user ID. So let's start new meeting on the iOS simulator. Look like this, and let's see on the debug We have room ID. Just copy and paste here. And press join a meeting. And as you can see here, it's like a permission to access video and microphone. So on Android, our username still have a mistake, so let's go back and restart our app for Android. Let's paste again our room ID. So where it is? So this, copy. So yeah, as we can see, this is our app. On the right side is on Android, and on the left side this on iOS simulator. So yeah, and it also has a chat. Let's say hi, and we will see this. And we also can switch the camera. Look like this. And we will see all the participants. And also we can disable the video, disable the microphone. Look like this. So once we want to leave the meeting, nothing's happen, so nothing like alert or something like that. Alright, so let's go to documentation again. Let's go to custom pre-built UI. And as we can see here, we can customize like the border radius, and we can turn on camera when joining, set it to true or false. We can turn on microphone when joining, and so on. So we need to jump into like what we have here. Alright, this one. So leave dialog info. So paste here. And also we can set avatar builder notification on leave confirmation. Alright, so let's restart again our app for iOS. And for Android. Alright, so let's start new meeting on iOS. And now we will see user underscore user ID. And we want to check the meeting ID or on the console, it's name it as room ID. This one, and paste here, join a meeting, and as we can see here, the participant is these two. We have user blah 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 and user blah blah blah. So let's try to leave, and we will have a dialog like a confirmation, leave the conference. Are you sure want to leave the conference? When we press cancel, it will cancel our action. And if we want to leave, we just press leave and confirm. All right. And this is on iOS. We will see leave the conference, confirm. All right, so let's create a new meeting on Android. All right, so this is our meeting on Android. And let's go to here, and we will have room ID. Copy and paste here. And press join a meeting, and we will see a new participant coming on our meeting. So we can simply, sorry, I want to mute the microphone. So we can simply customize the pre-built UI on this. So we can customize like this, rounded, and so on. So let's try to find another. So we can chat view config, member list config, and so on. So yeah, it's very easy. We can create video conference app or Zoom clone app within minute. And also we can customize our app. And the important things, Cisco Cloud give us 10,000 minutes for free. So you can just click sign up through link in the description below and create your own app and integrate with SDK available on Cisco Cloud. Alright, so yeah, I think that's enough my video today. If you have any questions or comment, write it down on the comment field. And if you want to download the source code, link in the description below. And again, don't forget to sign up on Cisco Cloud through link in the description below to get 10,000 minutes for free and build your own app right now. So yeah, thank you so much, and see you again on the next video.